There's something unsettling about Sigma males, often misunderstood and always mysterious. These men exist outside conventional social hierarchies, operating on their own terms with quiet intensity. Whether through their piercing stare or their uncanny ability to predict outcomes, Sigma males possess traits that can unnerve even the most confident people. Today, we're going to unveil 8 terrifying things Sigma males naturally do, behaviors that, intentionally or not, intimidate everyone around them. Number 1. Their silence can cut deeper than words. When conflict erupts, the average person argues, pleads, or raises their volume. But a Sigma male does something far more disconcerting. He withdraws into absolute silence, depriving the aggressor of the emotional reaction they expect and forcing them to sit alone with their own words. This is not passive avoidance. It is a deliberate tactic that establishes an iron boundary. My attention is earned, never demanded. By refusing to validate disrespect, the Sigma creates an uncomfortable vacuum that compels the offender to replay the interaction in their head, analyzing every moment for the misstep that triggered the shutdown. During this quiet pause, the Sigma is not stewing. He is calmly assessing motives, weighing consequences, and deciding whether re-engagement is even worth his time. If reconciliation is possible, he'll return on his own timetable, armed with a solution rather than an outburst. If not, the silence may become permanent, severing the connection with a finality that feels harsher than any heated argument could. Number 2. They possess an unpredictably quick response to crisis. Emergencies reveal character, and when panic grips a crowd, the Sigma male's reaction time borders on unnerving. While others freeze, shout conflicting orders, or fixate on the source of chaos, he is already scanning exits, neutralizing hazards, and directing people to safety with calm, clipped instructions. Years of self-reliance have conditioned him to route adrenaline into clear thought instead of blind fear, allowing him to run real-time simulations in his head. If pathway A is blocked, shift to plan B. If tool X is missing, improvise with object Y. Observers are often torn between admiration and discomfort because his speed highlights their own sluggish response. He makes competence look so natural that people must confront how ill-prepared they really are. The Sigma's composure is a life-saving asset, but its almost machine-like efficiency can feel alien, reminding everyone that emotional control, not loud authority, decides who leads when stakes turn deadly. Number 3. Their eyes seem to pierce through souls. A Sigma's resting gaze can feel like an X-ray, and it's unsettling precisely because it is not a performance. It is the byproduct of habitual deep analysis. Instead of glancing around to appear friendly, he locks on, studying micro-expressions, vocal pitch shifts, and body language asymmetries, filing away discrepancies between words and intent. People walk away feeling read in ways they can't articulate, as if the Sigma extracted secrets they never voiced. He rarely softens this stare because it serves a dual purpose. Honest interlocutors feel uniquely understood, while manipulators squirm and reveal themselves through fidgeting or over-talking. The intensity isn't hostility, it's curiosity operating at full volume, but the effect is intimidating nonetheless, for it strips away the social masks most people rely on to navigate public life. Number 4. They remember every act of disrespect. Forgive and forget is a slogan for the socially dependent. Sigma males log offenses with journal-level precision, not to brood, but to calibrate future access. One betrayal might be forgiven if the offender shows genuine growth, yet the Sigma never erases the data point because patterns matter more than apologies. This ledger functions like a sophisticated threat assessment system. It protects him from repeating mistakes, flags recurring offenders for immediate distancing, and maintains strict accountability without public drama. Outsiders may consider this memory cold or severe, but the Sigma views it as basic self-respect. He refuses to reward behavior that endangers his peace. The knowledge that disrespect lives forever in his mind can be terrifying, because it means second chances are possible, but the stain will always inform how closely he lets you stand. Number 5. Their predictions are eerily accurate. Nothing rattles people more than someone who reliably calls outcomes long before they unfold, and Sigma males achieve that feat through relentless observation combined with probabilistic reasoning. They notice subtle variables, a quiet policy shift, a partner's hesitation, a market's microtrend, then run what-if branches until a likely scenario emerges. When they voice that scenario and events march exactly along the forecasted path, listeners feel exposed, almost divined, because it suggests the Sigma sees invisible currents guiding everyone else's choices. There is no magic in this talent. It's data synthesis at a level most people never practice, but the result unsettles nonetheless. If he foresaw the collapse of a project or the betrayal of a colleague, what personal secrets of yours might he already have plotted on his mental timeline? Number 6. They're immune to social control. Power brokers, managers, influencers, controlling partners rely on a toolkit of praise, guilt, peer pressure, and fear of exclusion to steer behavior. Yet, Sigma males short-circuit every lever because they have built their identity outside the validation economy. Threaten their reputation, and they shrug. Dangle clout, and they decline. Deploy group shame, and they walk away from the group. This immunity terrifies manipulators who discover their usual scripts don't apply, and it unsettles bystanders who suddenly see how easily they are moved by status cues. A Sigma's standards are internal, so external control panels have no wiring into his psyche. His refusal to play the approval game destabilizes hierarchies, revealing that influence only works on the influenced, a truth many find deeply uncomfortable. Number 7. They comfortably push beyond conventional limits. While most people expand their comfort zone in tiny increments, if at all, Sigmas treat discomfort like a gym, a place to train resilience. They volunteer for the hardest assignments, teach themselves obscure skills, or travel solo where language and customs are utterly foreign, because each bout with uncertainty stretches their competence and compresses their fears. Observers interpret this as recklessness or even masochism, but the Sigma simply measures growth by the distance between yesterday's limit and today's baseline. Standing next to someone who thrives where you would panic forces a painful comparison. His courage illuminates your stagnation, and that spotlight can feel accusatory even when he never meant to judge. The intimidation lies less in what he does than in how starkly it reveals what others avoid. Number 8. Their minds can subconsciously influence others. Perhaps the most chilling skill is the Sigma's talent for steering outcomes without overt effort, because he is always modeling incentives and personalities. His casual remarks, timely questions, or strategic silences nudge discussions in directions that later align with his private objectives, sometimes before he consciously articulates those objectives himself. Colleagues emerge from meetings championing initiatives the Sigma had merely seeded with a single observation. Friends choose vacation spots that happen to match the Sigma's unspoken preference. When people later realize how seamlessly his quiet gravity bent the group's trajectory, they feel a mixture of awe and alarm, as if free will had been subtly rerouted. The Sigma isn't plotting puppet master games. Influence is simply the natural byproduct of his clarity and conviction. But its invisible reach is what makes it so uniquely intimidating. Not one of these behaviors is cultivated to frighten, yet together they form an aura of quiet power that reshapes every room a Sigma male enters. His silence forces reflection, his crisis composure highlights panic, his gaze pierces social armor, his memory enforces accountability, his predictions unmask hidden patterns, his independence defies manipulation, his appetite for discomfort exposes complacency, and his subconscious influence bends events with minimal motion. Confronted with such traits, most people oscillate between admiration and unease, sensing that familiar social rules lose traction around a man so thoroughly anchored in his own code. Do you agree with the points I mentioned in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see 8 reasons Sigma males don't fit in and why they don't care.